Dear seniors, this is our NBA PointCast long range 2-pointers.
Our podcast.
Our podcast.
Yeah, he's running point right now.
I'm Russell Westbrook. I'm just chucking everything.
Call it a PointCast. That actually works. Good.
That was a subliminal.
Subliminal
Was,
hit.
yeah.
We get it, Tej. You can ride with it.
Anyway.
It's fine. This is PointCast.
Freudian, and we're back. It's been a long time, but we're back.
Should have left you.
Without a dope rhyme to step you. I told y'all.
Get him.
That's all I got.
Since I introed like Russell Westbrook taking all the shots for myself, we're gonna talk about Russell Westbrook
Nice segue.
and his historic numbers. Chase
He just alley-ooped himself.
off the backboard.
I feel
to
like you've been practicing.
Nah, I just off the dome.
Freestyle.
Freestyle off the dome.
Bars.
This dude has been like putting up ridiculous numbers this year. He's averaging 27, 7, and 8. That's
Could we call him Statman?
Yeah, and in the month of February, I think he was like a rebound away from averaging a triple-double. It's insane. Like, if there were points where I wouldn't watch a Thunder game, but I'd wake up over the course of the night, like 3, 4 in the morning, and go on Instagram just to see the NBA update it, just to see if Russell Westbrook had a triple-double.
nah. He's been doing
And
ridiculous.
every time he did.
Yeah, he dropped 49 after he got a hole poked in his face.
49, 16, and 10, I think.
Man,
He's insane. And this is post-injury Russell Westbrook.
this is hole in his face back.
Think about the difference between him and what Derrick Rose is
This
doing.
is 2 meniscus surgeries, right? Because I think he had 2.
Doesn't he have a screw in his knee or something still?
Basically, Russell Westbrook is doing this without legs. He's playing basketball
bionic.
without legs. He's bionic.
He's a video game. You know what he is?
He's a creative player.
He's in a video game when you get your player back and you just run him with wild abandon because it doesn't matter because he's
And
not a real
he
player.
knows- would
and
play
you hit
for-
energy the entire
Yes.
time, and he has energy the whole game.
That's what it is. Russell Westbrook's turbo button never runs out.
Yes.
Russell, yes,
It never runs out.
he's a cheat code. That's his nickname, the cheat code.
Yes, we just beat Jalen Rose with a better nickname than Furious Styles.
Furious
Cheat
Styles
Codes is much better.
Is the worst nickname in all of sports.
Russell, the one play
Shots,
that
shots.
shows you how much of a cheat code Russell Westbrook is when he took that inbound and he took five dribbles, went 94 feet and slammed it home.
Dunked the hell out
and
of
he
it.
dunked it so hard. Like I can't think like after 2 surgeries, I don't see how you could come back and play like that. I roll my.
You want to
ankle.
know what the thing is?
I have some
Derrick
trepidation.
Rose wishes he was Russell Westbrook.
Derrick Rose wishes he was anybody that would stay on the court. Derrick Rose wishes he was Aaron Brooks right now.
This is how good Russell Westbrook is. Entire season, we have not talked about his clothes.
Yeah.
No
I
one's
know.
mentioned it. No one's mentioned.
I saw a
any
true
ridiculous outfit he's had.
religion ad today. I saw something he did an ad for an energy drink. Like Russell Westbrook is really blowing up.
He in these
Hey?
streets.
Yeah, he wants to get that money now.
It made people realize like what everyone's known for a while, that he's a top 10 player in the league. Good job by him.
I think everybody pretty much knew that for years. I think he this month especially he is about to grab that MVP if he keeps this up till the end of the season and he get them in the playoffs.
Yeah, the 8th seed, they're too far away, and we know why he can't get the MVP.
Kobe didn't get the MVP when he was an 8 seed. I don't think Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, you can't be the MVP.
I mean,
of the
they
8th
were
seed.
8 seed because he didn't play.
Well, they're an 8 seed because they don't have him and Durant.
Him and
Jesus,
Durant,
look how
right,
long
right.
we were talking about OKC without even mentioning.
Yeah, they should
Durant.
probably trade that guy. He's
Yeah.
yeah.
Miami's
go to
Miami's a
Washington.
good
Just
city, I heard.
Washington. They should trade him now. Like,
Washington
go home.
could use him too.
Get
They're
John
pretty
Wall
terrible.
and Russell Westbrook. Okay, so just hit it off at the pass.
I don't
go
think that
home.
would work.
Wall at point, Russell Westbrook at the 2, because Russell doesn't want to pass anyway.
I mean,
He's averaging 8 assists a game.
Because
those
he's
numbers.
forcing
Those
it.
numbers.
Those are Allen Iverson
Yeah,
assists.
those are total.
Those are
Allen
I'm up
Iverson.
in the air. I have no place to go with the ball.
He does what people do in video games when they're trying to get these stats.
Yes.
He tries to get those 10 assists in the first quarter. And after that, once he gets that 10th one, there's no more passing.
You know
after
what it's
that
like?
at
Remember,
all.
like you know when you play with my player in 2K and
Yes.
you know the X button can make somebody shoot, so you just kick it to the shooter and make him shoot.
Yes.
That's what he's doing.
So just toss it to Dion Waiters every
Dion,
time.
trust
is
me.
what you're
Dion Waiters
saying.
is the X button.
Wait,
We've
I'm gonna
all
kick out.
created players in any video game, and we've always made, especially basketball, made sure that your player has a triple double every time.
Yeah,
Yes.
you gotta try to do that.
I think
And-
my guy averaged 28 and 10 and like 8 one year.
I
That's
have
not-
to say that as the president of the Steph Curry fan club, I'm kind of afraid for the Thunder to be matched up with the Warriors in the first round. I'll admit it.
I think the Warriors. How far are they out of first? I mean, in first place ahead.
I think they're firmly in first.
Yeah, they're gonna be in first.
They're going to be the 1 seed. So let's hope, at least for me personally, I hope the Thunder get to like the 7th seed.
I mean, you gotta be
7 or
afraid of
6.
any team where a dude can get a triple double, scoring 50 points. So,
And
I mean,
Steph,
that's
there's no
crazy.
chance Steph Curry could guard it.
There's nobody that can stay in front of him. Like I can't even use that as a barometer to say how good or bad you are at defense.
Maybe
because
1996 Pippen.
Iguodala, maybe they could.
No,
No.
not this version of Iguodala.
the smoke monster from Lost. That's it.
Yes,
That's
yes.
that's the only.
I
thing
know
that
one
can
person
cover
who can
Russell
stop him.
Westbrook.
But we'll do that later on.
There's
Okay.
nobody that can stop him.
Okay, so recapping, Russell Westbrook, his new nickname is Cheat Code.
Cheat code.
And-
I like it.
And while we're talking about MVP candidates, James Harden, he's been having an MVP season.
the
Kicking
new King James.
The new King
the new
James.
King James.
And he kicked a guy in the gonads for it, so he earned it.
Yeah.
He
That's what you get for leaving Miami.
Like he went to his city and beat him and kicked him in the nuts.
man, how
There's
much
nothing more insulting
Yeah.
than
What,
that.
what else is there left to say?
I went in your home.
how much are the Thunder mad that they traded him a year too early? Like
They are so mad about it that the team has been salty for 2 years. Bill Simmons won't
Yeah.
let it go. Grantland won't let it go. And that's why you see Kevin Durant do things like lash out at the media, why Russell Westbrook has been so angry with the media.
I don't
'cause,
think he can ever get over it because
Yeah, they can say that they're over it, but they're really, really not over it.
Because they
Because
could
you
have
don't
had
know-
him that 1 year.
yeah,
because
you
he
don't
was
know
still
if
in
you're
the
going to get
contract.
back to that point. I mean, people, while they're in the finals, everybody was saying, yeah, these guys are young. Even though they lost, they'll get back there. You never know. Marino was in the Super Bowl his second season, never got back. You never know if it's going to happen again.
I think it's crazy because I guess how he gets his points, he's not spectacular like Russell Westbrook.
He kind of is, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
He is so
his numbers are, but I mean,
crossover is insane.
He's
I
so
mean, yeah, he'll
spectacular.
cross you up, but I mean, what he does to get to the rim and get to the foul line, I think is really annoying to
Oh,
people.
yeah,
I feel like it's so quick though.
So much Euro steps.
No,
So
no,
much he Euro steps the entire way down.
He will
the court.
Euro step into you, snap his head back, and get that foul.
I watch James
He has-
Harden and I feel like I'm about to fall down.
He
Like,
has
oh
that-
my god, what's
He
going
has
on?
that drive to the rim, flail and snap your head back motion, down, pat.
And it
Nobody
goes in.
does it better than
when
him.
I played in in South America, those South American soccer dudes, like that's all they would do. Like if you get anywhere near them, they were flopping and flailing. Like they
I know with
perfected
Those
it.
South
James
American
Harden would
soccer
turn
dudes
into
playing
that.
basketball. Pretty interesting.
That's like a Euro South American style. Like
It
that.
does seem like his game keeps elevating though. Like at every point where you think, because like when he first went to the Rockets, I think people were surprised at first that he could actually carry a team, and now you see him take it up a notch. Like, what's the next step from here?
And he's averaging. This is underrated, but he's averaging 7 assists a game. Like he's the main playmaker on that team. Because Patrick Beverly, I mean, he can play defense, but you know what I mean. He can't.
Patrick
really,
Beverly's just there so he won't get fined.
but I mean, he's,
I think a
he's-
huge improvement in Harden is sorry, Tage, is his defense.
Oh, yeah.
His defense this year is much improved. We won't get a compilation on YouTube about
I
him
bet you we will
not
get
trying. No, you're gonna get a compilation of him actually playing defense this year, which is the main reason I think he's so up there in the MVP discussion.
And this is what also makes him a very personable, marketable guy. He owned it. He owned all the I can't play defense stuff. He had commercials about it, self-deprecating humor. So he made himself likable.
It's funny too because when his first couple years in Oklahoma, to me, I mean maybe because he had more energy because he wasn't carrying the team on the offensive end, but he seemed like a pretty good defender.
Yeah,
And
he's bouncy.
yeah, so
Pretty
I
much
don't.
all you need.
I guess he has a 6'10" wingspan too. That helps.
Always helps.
Man, so what's up with Dwight Howard? Is he done?
He's a legit third option. He may be the fourth option.
I think
He's
Terrence
awful.
Jones is coming along.
I
so
know
that might knock him
Terrence
down.
Jones is coming along. Dwight Howard may be the
Monty
fifth option
Eunice,
on this
Monty
team.
Eunice getting his shots
Trade
up.
Dwight Howard. Trade Dwight Howard and Kevin Durant. They
And
both should go to Washington.
Let's talk about the most surprising fact about this team. We may gloss over this. They are still succeeding despite the fact that they have Josh Smith now.
It's because they put him on the bench.
But they still have him. He's still on your team. You still have to interact with Josh Smith.
I think I don't.
think really,
Ask the
the
Pistons
strip-
what they
the-
think about Josh
the
Smith.
strip clubs in Houston have really like tampered how Josh Smith can really affect your team. Like he comes in, he's groggy, he's not.
He's probably on a
talking to
lean.
everyone. Yeah. And he's spending so much time in those strip clubs that
Makes
he's
sense.
just like so mellow that he doesn't have anything to say.
Strip clubs and lean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bunby.
So,
RIP
Is anyone on? No one on the Rockets has dreadlocks, right?
No. It's
No,
a
I don't
perfect
think
team
they
for
do.
him.
Yeah, it's a good team for Josh.
He doesn't
Good
speak to
team for
people
Josh.
He
with
can speak basketball with anyone there.
Yeah.
He stinks though. We tried to show up at Atlanta. I don't know what that was about. That's his hometown.
Bricked home with 3.
I,
And
And then he
tried to
quiets
talk
the crowd.
trash about it. Tried to tell everybody I can shoot now, except you really can't.
can't. But
You can't.
you know what's funny? Like he after the game when he said that fans are bandwagoners. I wonder if it occurred to him that maybe they didn't pull for that team because he was on that team and they didn't like him.
Yeah, that's all it was. They were always Hawks fans at heart. They just hate
Like-
you.
Like I don't know if you got
Atlanta's known to be a bad city, though.
not this year.
There have been playoff games with the Braves they haven't sold out.
Have you ever
Playoff
seen,
games.
I just randomly thought
It's
I needed
baseball,
Tinder in
though.
Atlanta.
It doesn't matter. I'm just saying it's.
But man, like I don't know if you ever watched Joe Johnson play, but he's not fun to watch. Like not at all.
I don't think if you watch this Hawks team, they're not fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean,
They are fun to
don't
watch.
I think they are fun to watch.
I like them.
that brand of basketball is really good. And even when they lost to the Pacers last year, I thought that was one of the most fun first round series. But for some reason, I just still can't believe in them. I look at their record. I've seen them play. I saw them beat Portland.
Well,
I
you
just
know what it
can't
is,
believe in
though?
them.
And the same thing happens with the Spurs, is that to run that system, you have to do it with really, really unselfish players who have been through like a lot in their NBA careers. And those kinds of players are not attractive for you to watch when you have everything else going on in your life. They're not superstar players. But those are the exact kind of guys who buy into the system. If, you know, like that great 2012 Heat team, where if they were running that system and passing the ball that way, everyone would love the team
They
and say that it
ran.
was...
They did pass the ball. So
Yeah,
not
but-
the first one. No, the last
No, but they
two. Yeah.
have every team with a superstar except maybe the Warriors are going to have
ball's
a lot of
gonna
ISO
stick,
plays and the ball is going to stick. With teams like that, the ball isn't going to stick, and like a superstar like Tim Duncan, that won't happen. With Al Horford, that won't happen because they're big men in the post who need point guards to get them the ball.
I mean, I'm speaking from a basketball purist standpoint, maybe, but
Hey,
man,
Three more condescending. Just
Yeah.
you don't know what you're talking about, Dakari.
no, not you, but I mean,
Just say, I've been playing basketball since I was 5. And this is what happened.
but
I
Mills-
was
don't
born at
know.
this height.
No, I'm just saying, like maybe he might. This might
I'm
not
6'9".
I came out the womb at 6'9".
bang, but no, he may not be compelling to like just casual observers. But I think Millsap is great. I don't know why. I like his game.
Yeah.
He's just a bad interview. That's what it is.
See, what it is that, like you were talking about with the Spurs and these other teams, we kind of expect that from them because we saw that. This is a Doug Collins phrase. I love using this. We saw them build up that sweat equity.
They built
This Hawks team
nice
seems,
phrase.
Yes.
This Hawks team, thank you. This Hawks team seems like it came from out of nowhere and just all of a sudden. I mean, they really didn't because they have what's the guy that came from the Spurs system? Anyway, that
coach?
guy that taught them how to Spurs it.
Budenholzer. wasn't
There
it?
you go.
Yeah.
I
Spurs
taught
the
them how to
wad.
Spurs it. That's the verb we use that for basketball.
even
That
got
just
a-
means you play well.
They even got a backup Euro point guard.
Yeah,
Well done.
Black German.
a black
A
German
black
with a blonde
German-
thing in his
Black
hair.
German.
He-
Good job by them. Shout out to the Atlanta Hawks and their diversity.
Does Popovich have a book? Because I feel like I need to read it.
I don't.
He probably does.
It'd
have a
probably
book.
be a
I'm pretty
booklet.
sure he does.
Popovich would probably give you like 12 pages and say, "That's it. This is my book. If you don't
Yeah.
like it, then so what?"
All right.
bestseller.
Well, we already spoke about the Spurs East. We're gonna go to Spurs West. Well, they're in the 7th seed. I mean, you think they're a threat in the playoffs? You think they're gonna be a threat?
Always.
I mean, yeah, like the Spurs automatically have to be a threat once they're in the playoffs. But the question is, the West is so tough. There's a chance the Spurs may not get in. I know that seems really blasphemous to think that the Spurs wouldn't be in the playoffs, but Tony Parker is still complaining about his hamstring. And I think if you watch him play and you look at his numbers, he's not right. Tony Parker's
Yeah,
averaging 13 points a game.
He hasn't been right, I feel, all season, and that's the reason they're in the 7th spot and not in one of the top 3 spots. I don't think they would have necessarily been 1 this year, but I think a healthy Tony Parker gets them to 3 in the East.
Yeah,
in the West, I'm sorry.
7 is not safe in the West by any means.
I mean, if the playoffs started today, they would have Memphis, and I don't think
I think Memphis beats
Memphis
them.
would beat them.
But yeah, without Tony Parker being healthy, Tony Parker getting you 13 points is not going to get you out of the first round.
The Spurs had a home court advantage in the entire playoff run last year,
Yeah,
and they ran into OKC, and OKC had injuries, and the Spurs ended up winning and getting to the finals.
I can
So-
see the Pelicans or the Suns sneaking into that spot. and
Don't you
getting
hate
there.
saying Pelicans?
Pels.
The Pels.
It's awful.
The
It's
Pels.
an awful thing
My
to
boy
say.
AD plays for them. I can't hate on the Pels.
Pels. Tariq
Anthony
Evans.
Davis. That's
Name
my
him
guy.
anything else.
That's my
Anything
guy.
else. New Orleans iPhones.
So important. So important to the
That would have
region.
been
or
amazing
so,
if Apple did buy out a right to a franchise.
Listen, Adam Silver told me that Pelicans are very important to the region. I believe
It's a
in you,
national
Adam.
Yeah, that's the
bird
state
of-
bird
yeah.
of Louisiana.
Then I believe in Adam Silver. He's
I
my
mean,
guy.
maybe if they get Tony Parker back, they could be a threat to Golden State. I don't think they could beat Memphis though. Like I don't. I think Memphis will run through them.
I think Kari has something to say about your basketball knowledge.
What's that?
No, Tage is good.
Wait, was that from a basketball pure standpoint,
I
or was
think-
that just
I
from an
think-
observer? 'Cause I'm not
I
sure.
think it was.
I need you to tell me when you're speaking from
For
a basketball
basketball.
purist standpoint. I need to know when that's happening.
But I mean, as much as I like the Warriors, I feel that the 7th and the 8th seed, the Spurs and the Thunder, that's a tough series for Golden State.
Steph Curry with the shot.
Listen, I believe in Steph Curry, but I still think that those are tough series for a team that has. I mean, the Warriors have some playoff experience, but that's second round experience and losing in the second round. They haven't made the Western Conference Finals yet. And when you get into the first round against a team like the Thunder or the Spurs that has that kind of not only finals experience but going deep into the West, I think then it becomes an issue.
Yeah, here's the experience that the Warriors don't have. They don't know what it's like to be the front runners.
Right.
It's different when you're always the guy chasing than when you're on top and you have people coming at you.
But then I had those feelings, and then old angry Kobe, I heard an interview with him when Kobe said, well, who has experience inside the Western Conference other than the Spurs? That was my Kobe Bryant. who has that experience? No one. No one has it. No one has
that experience.
Kind of experience.
OKC.
Only Kobe has that experience.
That's essentially what he was saying, by the way. I love Kobe.
Yeah, I guess OKC would be the most playoff tester.
Yeah, OKC.
Then again, they kind of.
But then they turn over their roster
I was
so
about to
much
say, they
that it's
restructured.
3 guys.
By the way,
essentially.
all incredible moves. I love them.
That
I
Memphis
love
team
every
is-
move they made.
That Memphis team.
Memphis has the most experience.
That Memphis team has been together for the most
most
part
experience
for
losing
the
in
past
the playoffs.
4 years.
Sweat equity, though.
They
sweat
built that
equity.
sweat equity,
They went
bro.
through the fire together. They went through losing. They went through the hurt.
Who's the last team that went through the hurt like that and won a championship? Go.
Spurs.
Spurs.
And then they proceeded to win 5 in a row. It doesn't count anymore. After you
Five.
win
It wasn't
multiple.
5 in a row. But I mean,
You know who had sweat equity and never won?
The Heat had it, and they lost the first one, came back and won 2 in a row.
Yeah, but once you win 2, then it doesn't matter at that point. Like,
Just say it doesn't matter. It totally matters.
no, because they won.
You go through the
Are you
losing.
speaking from a basketball purist
Yeah.
standpoint?
No,
I'm
I'm
not
speaking.
speaking from a basketball
I'm speaking as a
purist.
You know
stubborn.
that's the name of this podcast,
Yes,
right?
the basketball
Speaking from a
purist.
basketball.
I'm
I don't
speaking
even
as a
think we should
stubborn
call-
man.
I don't think we should call it long range 2-pointers anymore. It should be the basketball purist.
Yeah,
There might be a podcast
with the
that already
point
has
cast.
the
With the
title.
point cast.
Thank you. Yes,
All right, so we're not worried about San Antonio unless they play the Warriors in the playoffs. Because I mean, currently as constructed, they would play Memphis. Memphis would destroy them, basically.
Yeah, but we know how the West
As a
goes.
basketball
I mean,
purist.
the West is not going to be decided until the last day of
Yeah,
the
but
season.
I
It's going to be up
is it
and down.
weird that I feel that Memphis is the favorite, just sitting there in their position, be like,
Like,
no, we don't need to win
Such
any
a
more
good
games.
team.
Be
Oh
like,
my
This
God.
is a
they're
good
still kind of
basketball
the
town.
favorite.
Jalen Rose likes it. Jalen Rose says it's good bar.
Hold on. Now, can you repeat what you just said? As a Portland Trailblazer fan, can you repeat that?
I went.
Okay,
All right.
that's the Portland Trailblazers. That's what they think of the Memphis Grizzlies.
All right, in Golden State, they're still good.
Yeah, they good.
They're
man.
still winning games.
Yeah, they good.
No, you care to elaborate?
Who would have seen this coming?
They good.
I don't know.
A non-basketball purist.
Yeah.
They're very good, and
They're very good at
and
everything.
no one's going to beat them.
Draymond.
Oh
Green,
no! I am not gonna let that go because he's trying reverse jinx,
Jinx.
and I will
I'm
not
not
let it
reverse-
stand.
I'm not
That
reverse
is no.
jinxing.
Everyone knock on the table. That's a reverse jinx.
I'm not
no.
reverse-
We are
No.
Parliament now.
No, that was a reverse jinx.
I
No.
was not reverse jinxing.
No,
If
yes.
you guys had let me finish, I was gonna say no one is gonna beat them for the number 1 seed.
Okay.
That's what I'm
All right.
But yeah, this Draymond Green thing is working out. I don't understand how. Like if you look at him, he doesn't look like an NBA power
Yeah,
forward.
it's working out until you got to play LaMarcus Aldridge in 7.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. I just
If it gets to
Let
7.
me know how that works out. It's not even just LaMarcus Aldridge. He'll have to go up against either him. He'll have to go up against Zebo, Blake Griffin if they ever uncover his corpse. Who else is there?
Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan, who's probably gonna win Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
I feel like the Morris twins bully him. Like he's not big to be an NBA power.
You know one person who would bully him?
who?
Kevin Love.
No, Kevin Love.
Big
sucks.
Haas.
Big Haas.
Oh my god. Okay. No, we're
That's
talking about the
not
Warriors.
next. That is not
We're
next.
talking about the Warriors.
I know.
Can the Warriors get hot enough in the playoffs and shoot everyone out of the
Yes.
playoffs
I
and
would-
win
No.
the championship?
No.
Steph
They
Curry.
can because I saw the Mavericks do it against a team they had no business
Look,
beating.
Golden State is the Phoenix Suns of our time.
No.
No, they're better
No.
than
I don't
that.
think so.
They play defense.
Yeah, they're in the top
They're the
3
first-
in defense.
yeah.
Phoenix never did that, and D'Antoni was not as good a coach
I
as Steve
I mean,
Kerr is.
I had no. Yeah, I was about to say the Steve Kerr coaching difference. Did anybody see it making this big of an impact? Though? I
No.
mean, this team was pretty much set in place for the most part. I mean, all he did was
He
Mark
started
Jackson-
Barnes.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
You
And then
listen to both the
put
Mark
Dre Green in
Jackson
the-
and Steve Kerr on TV, right?
Mhm.
Steve Kerr sounds so much more intelligent when he was drawing.
I know, but that's that.
Mark Jackson's play was throw it down, big man.
No,
throw it
this
down.
this is the thing
First
though.
of all, Bill Walton, don't do that to Mark Jackson. That's
Yeah,
unfair.
Clearly not a
said-
basketball purist.
Yeah, not a
I mean,
basketball
what?
purist.
How did he confuse that?
But yeah, that doesn't always translate to being a great coach. I mean, there's no one who.
I think
Can you say Phil Jackson's the most intelligent coach? I don't know.
I
seems
quite
like he just
frankly,
smokes a lot of weed.
I just think yes, he does. I think that anyone who's good on TV is going to be good at coaching. That's what it looks like. That's the trend that's been happening.
Yeah,
and I don't think Mark Jackson is necessarily a bad coach. He's a different kind of coach. He's more so of a
he's
motivational
motivator
coach
as opposed to an action.
yeah, the basketball purist stole my point. God damn it.
Oh,
That's what I was going to say.
He saw it coming.
He saw it coming, and yeah, he jumped in the way. Yes,
You telegraphed that thought.
Some things you can't predict though, like Draymond Green being what he is. Like, I mean, he did some solid things over the past couple of years, but
he learned how to shoot 3-pointers.
Yeah,
He
I
became a better
didn't.
3-point shooter.
I thought he was
he's
a
defending.
I thought he was a
man.
fringe NBA player to begin with.
He's like
But
Jared Dudley.
for him to become a starter and a starter on I was gonna say far and away the best team. For him to become a starter on the team that happens to have the best record at this moment, it's very impressive. He's made David Lee obsolete.
Yeah, David, and I think they're trying to pick up JaVale McGee so they can have some more size for the playoffs.
Oh, what?
But,
so he could fall down on people.
No, stay with Festus Ezeli. Don't get JaVale McGee.
but he's JaVale McGee though.
I don't know. What does JaVale McGee do?
Don't get JaVale McGee.
He has-
Is he gonna
blocks-
show up
blocks-
with like no? What does he do? I mean, like in that Golden State Warriors locker room, like when they do the "I'm in love with the Coco" song, JaVale McGee is actually gonna bring out cocaine. That's the kind of thing happens if you sign him.
or a gun.
I can't believe the Heat want to get JaVale McGee either. Like, why would you put him in that environment?
I think after Big Hoss, I feel like they believe they could do anything. I really believe that.
Except fix Dwayne Wade's knees
Except
And
like
fix
his
cured
jumper.
Chris Bosh.
and get LeBron to stay.
Yeah. Other than those two
Other than
things, which
those
are
things,
kind of
they
big
can do
and
anything.
basketball history altering, yeah, they're good.
Okay, Blazers, go now. Go.
I just want Nicholas Batum to be the kind of French person that would headbutt somebody in the World Cup final, and not the kind of French person that just sits in a bistro and eats crepes. Be more aggressive.
Not the French person that surrender to the Germans.
Zadine.
Yeah,
He has to Zadine the
Don't
wife.
be that guy. You saw what he did in that Clippers game? Total Zadine. Did I pronounce that right, John?
Yeah. I think
Zadine,
so.
everybody.
I'm not French, but yes.
I'm just going to be shouting that every time the Blazers play because I have confidence in everybody else. The difference is going to be Nicholas Batum being Zadine. Be Zadine. And also, I love the Aaron Aflalo pickup. It's awesome.
I was just gonna ask you about that. Pretty nice depth on the wing.
You know he's a happy guy because he went from Orlando back to Denver, and now
Listen,
he's in
he
the
had
real
like
basketball
6
team.
Instagram posts in an hour about how happy he was about how happy he was going to be being in Portland, and all that was is a guy that really, really wants to win.
No, he really wanted to get out of damn crappy teams.
Oh, that too.
Like them
It's
those
the exact same point.
No, those two. no, those two franchises, not really that great.
Orlando and Denver.
It's like that's like going to Charlotte.
And also, I remember saying how important the Chris Kaman pickup was going to be to us.
Oh, yes, you win that one.
In
You win
the
that
preseason, and everybody laughed. I think there was what was be described as a chorus of laughter.
You know that he could have drafted him.
All of you suck it. Chris Kaman's
one. Okay.
awesome.
Remember when we were having the Wes Matthews, Klay Thompson debate?
So is Kendrick Lamar still jealous of Aaron Aflalo?
Go ahead. He should be. He's an
Yes,
NBA player.
I feel like he should be.
He should be.
Especially if the Blazers make the Western Conference Finals.
You still be jealous of
He
Aaron
still has to be
Aflalo.
jealous of
I'm
him.
just playing for that line.
I
to
mean,
become
when you
more
saw
popular.
he heard the Drake album, he's like, "What do I do with my life?" It's probably what Kendrick Lamar did.
Yeah, he needs to do something. Oh, well, that's neither here nor there.
They're all bringing out albums this year.
Yeah, thank
Kendrick
you.
Lamar is going to come up with an album. Drake's coming out with another album because this is just a mixtape.
Yeah.
What's happening to the podcast? I don't know.
I'm not,
I've been listening to too
Just
much
wanna
Drake.
know-
let's
this
be
week.
real. I'm not going to listen to any of that anyway. I'm just going to listen to Soca.
We're gonna listen
But
to
that's
Big
fine.
Sean in the coming week.
I'm going to have my earphones in listening to Soca.
There we go.
Is Marshall on the radio?
Anyway,
Anyway, we're gonna take a break and come back with the Eastern Conference and talk about what's going on there.
We totally talked about so much Eastern teams just now.
We did. We talked about all the Eastern teams. We're gonna
let's see,
talk about
let's
it
see
for
what we're
real.
going to do. All right.
10th year seniors. We'll be back.
PointCast.
PointCast.
Has Drake forsaken the Raptors? Why? What happened to them?
Hold on. I should go pull back the audio footage of when I said of when I
John,
said this
that
was gonna
awful.
happen.
That was awful.
John did say this.
If you're listening to this, it's too late.
Hey!
Nailed it.
Got him.
Nailed
to
it.
say that. God, the whole podcast is done.
Yes.
Everybody was
Drops
just waiting
mic.
on the,
Actually, I can't drop the mic.
everybody
It's
was just
really
waiting
bad.
on the moment to do that.
Yes, yes. But I feel that the Raptors are going to play so much better in the playoffs when Drake is on the sideline coaching. Because I really don't know who their coach is.
So he can't work
So Drake
on
is
his
coaching.
albums or mixtapes during the season because it totally derails their success.
If you're listening to Drake, it's too late.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what we're saying. I think his album is already in fact finished and they're just doing the mastering right now. And once the playoff comes around and the Raptors have home court, you're going to see a ton of Canadians just outside the Air Canada Center.
Is
Just-
Masai Ujiri going to drop a
You know what?
F-bomb?
I think 10th year
Yeah, he
should
will.
go on location.
I think we need
What's the over under on Raptors references Drake makes on this album?
A
10.
lot. Did you hear the Lou Williams
It's got-
reference?
it's gotta be like
the Lou
two-
Williams reference on the mixtape. I was like, Lou Williams made it.
It's got to be like 200, right?
This is what happens
At
when you
least
have two
200.
girlfriends and you hang out with Drake.
All right, how many songs do you think the album's gonna be?
like 10. He doesn't really.
So you 10 times.
Nah, I think
A
he
song?
has like
Yeah, I think
12,
he's gotta do more.
12 to 15 classics on
I'm
this.
thinking like 1,000 references.
Easy.
That's 100 per song.
Easy. 10 references per song.
The album's going to be called Raptors.
Raptors.
But about the actual team,
Who cares about the actual team?
I don't know who's
You're
like
DeMar DeRozan,
Kyle
it's too
Lowry,
late.
DeMar DeRozan, Lou Williams,
We went
blah,
through-
blah,
we
blah.
went through this in the preview, and
They are
we
the
all
Drakes.
said the most important person on this team is
Is
Drake.
Drake.
He's the go-to player on this
The
team.
second most
It's
important
Drake.
person is Bruno Cavaloco.
I really,
The Brazilian Kevin Durant.
2 years away from me and 2 years away.
you know what? I wish the Raptors could make the finals so Drake could go full Drake.
This needs to happen.
It's so
How
happen.
awkward would it be though that he goes into the other team's locker room after the Raptors get beat in the finals?
He so would.
He would
With
do
the
that.
other
That's
team.
the
Especially
most
if it's the
Drake thing
Warriors.
ever.
If it's the Warriors, he's doing
Yeah,
The
that.
only team he wouldn't do that for is the Spurs.
He's going
Yeah,
for that
yeah.
light skin picture. He's going for the light skin
Yeah.
trio
Them
picture.
light-skinned,
with those
like-
two.
And you know they won't be smiling in it. Everyone will have their hands like crossed in the front, like looking really serious.
And you know all
That's the
light-skinned
light-skinned
people like
pictures.
know each other.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Like if you introduce two light-skinned people to each other, they're gonna act like they always knew each
Yeah,
other. It's
yeah.
like light-skinned PSD.
and Drake's gonna caption it on Instagram. Steph Curry with,
With
the
the
shot
shot.
boy.
I could see it.
It's so going. Please let this happen. Please let this happen so I can repost all of it.
Let's
I
not-
can repost everything.
Let's not have this happen. I mean, the most annoying NBA Finals of all time. I want to go back and watch Spurs and Pistons again.
I call no one on my phone. I would just call Nal and just start laughing. Steph Curry hits 3-pointers and then hang up. Use it all
I'm gonna
my
send this
minutes
to
up.
the group. We're gonna laugh at this.
The Spurs Pistons wasn't as
Like-
bad as the Lakers Nets.
No, the worst one ever was the Cavs and Spurs in 07.
I don't know. That
Yeah,
Nets
that
one
That
was pretty bad.
They're
man.
all
Eric
pretty
Snow was
bad.
prominently involved.
He was involved in both. So
Yeah.
any finals with Eric Snow in it. is
Yeah, that's
yeah,
that's
yeah,
pretty-
it's pretty good.
Pretty
good.
accurate.
Yeah.
Basketball
Eric Snow.
purists right there.
Basketball purists.
Good job, baby.
So come on, Drake, make the
job,
finals.
baby.
Yeah, we need this.
Let's not have that happen.
Because I mean, no, I'm saying Drake needs to make the finals. Because who else in the East would you want to?
I feel
make
like
the
no matter
finals?
who was in the finals, Drake is gonna be at those finals, prominently involved.
Yeah.
because he's bandwagon.
I'll tell you who else in the East can make the finals. Perfect segue. Get it, Tage. Go.
The Heat.
Wow,
Yeah.
Tage just bogged and like fumbled the ball out the room.
You can't see this right now, but I'm shaking my head with so much disappointment.
That was fucking awful.
Hey, basketball
I got
purist
the rebound.
standpoint.
Is and I put
done.
it back in for a layup. The Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh my God,
and
thank you,
LeBron James.
You just windmill that layup.
like my God, Tage.
did like the most spectacular layup ever. If there was a layup competition, you did like the equivalent to what Zach LaVine was doing.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go with Darryl Armstrong in the dunk contest when he laid it up instead of dunking it. One of Nal's favorite basketball
I went,
moments.
I went Ron Burgundy just now and just read what was in front of me.
Oh,
I went
man.
full Ron Burgundy.
Stop making
Oh, man,
excuses.
so-
You're not a basketball purist
The
anymore.
Cleveland Cavaliers have been playing better since LeBron James got on his steroids again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I mean-
that's clearly what happened. He
You know
took
what?
2 weeks off.
He
Went
went
to
to
Miami.
Miami.
Did a cycle, got his blood cleaned out, pumped it in. His blood has extra oxygen
is-
in it
He
now.
got
Which is-
a- he
which
got
is
up on that
fine.
Tinder in Miami.
I mean-
Yeah, that's yes. Good
Miami
Tage, good
Tinder.
job.
Yeah.
Tage with the dunk now after he just
Bog
fucked
that
up his
head out
shit.
of it.
I
Don't
just
get
Real
dumped.
McGee'd it.
Don't get dumped. But listen, if he's back on the cycle, let these big name athletes do it. Nobody cares about cycling when Lance Armstrong wasn't winning.
I talk about basketball. I mean baseball.
Let him do it.
Baseball was not. It was fun to watch in the late '90s, early 2000s.
Yes,
Like,
hit home runs.
It's terrible to watch.
You know what I'm thinking as someone who wanted the Heat to win that three-peat? LeBron, why couldn't you do the steroids right before the finals?
Why couldn't you just
They're
work
not going
out
to
with
drug
Hassan
test you in
Whiteside?
the finals.
Why couldn't you work out with Hassan Whiteside once or twice just to see that he was as good?
Because LeBron doesn't go to the YMCA.
Because it was probably like practice, and he was like, "Oh, everyone looks good in practice."
Man.
But
talk
with
about
the Cavs,
practice.
though, like I said, the Cavs, I think, is one of the rare cases that the team had their backs against the wall. They needed to make moves, and they made all the right moves. I like everything that they did.
Man,
Including not playing Kevin Love as much.
Yeah.
That's the best move.
there you go, John.
I mean,
That
John,
was
stop
one of the
talking.
best-
You nailed it. You nailed it.
That
You nailed it.
Shumpert
Stop
pickup
talking.
was a sneaky good pickup.
Yeah,
too, 'cause
I mean,
now he's
I think
defending on a
it's
wing.
kind of all be good though.
Getting him and J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith is like taking good shots.
Because you know what J.R. Smith said? There's nothing to do in
Nothing.
Cleveland.
He actually
Tinder
just
is not popping in Cleveland.
Yes,
actually
he
has
actually
to be a
said that.
basketball player.
He
has to be a
said
basketball player.
these are you. We are joking. J.R. Smith has said these
No,
things.
I know he said
There's
it's-
nothing to do.
You
There's
can't
nothing
party
popping.
with Rihanna in the playoffs.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
over the hangover.
You know,
So this is, we're getting the best version of J.R.
they
Smith.
started the season thinking they could go ahead with like Tristan Thompson and Anderson Varejao being the guys that could get it done, but that
the
obviously-
non-Brazilian Kevin Durant
yeah, that
ain't
obviously
happening.
I
wasn't
think
gonna
Tristan
happen.
Thompson should be paid $2 to play basketball. Like that exact amount of money. He's so awful, and people they want him to make so much money. It irks me.
No,
I hate watching
I
him
remember when
play.
he got drafted, he went like 2 or 3 overall, and I was like, "What the hell is
I
going on?"
never seen it.
It's because
people be
Canadians are so nice to people that they throw you off.
Why are people so hyped for a guy that
He switched his free throw shooting.
Oh, you know what it
he's
is?
stereotypical 8 and 7 player, 8.7 rebounds.
no,
That's
no,
what
no.
he's
Never
always gonna
mind.
give
Never
you.
mind. I changed my mind. You know what it is? His girlfriend is really hot. If you go to her
okay,
Instagram
yeah,
page,
I
she
remember
is
that.
kind of amazing.
Okay, yeah, it makes
She's
sense.
one of the
now,
But
best
he's an
Instagram
NBA
models of
player,
all
though.
time.
Yeah, but she's super hot.
Just
though.
wait a little bit, John. Your Tinder will come back up.
Yeah, but she's like ridiculous. Even by NBA player standards,
Even-
I
Yeah.
remember she's like ridiculously hot.
Even Joffrey
Just switch
Baratheon
your
Irving
location. There you
is kind of
Yeah, like him and LeBron are gelling, and it's weird.
they like have a
it,
weird chemistry.
It doesn't. It
'Cause he's
feels
so-
disgusting.
Cleveland just feels gross, like at all. Like the burgundy, I just look at it and you're like, oh, why?
I
thought-
don't
I thought it
like
was just
anything
me.
what's going on.
I thought it was just me. That doesn't seem right.
It's weird.
Seems
I
temporary.
hate the uniforms. I hate the place. I hate that LeBron left the sun.
Drake needs to
and
come up with a
happiness.
diss track
don't
as the
like-
only chance the Raptors have.
I don't like any of this. I mean, it's working so well, but I don't like anything that's going on.
I don't
in
like
Cleveland.
Mozgov. I watched him in the 08 Olympics, and I was off.
Kyrie Irving scored like 55 on Portland. I don't like anything that's
Oh yeah, I was wondering what you.
Hey,
about
but
that.
how many times has he scored 55 in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Ah.
None, John.
Why? Why?
Because the Cavaliers have never made the playoffs, and Kevin Love has never made the playoffs.
And
I don't know.
Kyrie Irving has never made
Oh,
the playoffs.
Kyrie Irving is obviously.
You know,
But this is the
made
thing about the
playoffs.
Cavs not having playoff experience. Who in the East has the playoff experience to take advantage of
You
that?
gotta say it like
LeBron?
Kobe.
the Hawks?
You set the precedence that you say that like Kobe, so you gotta say it like Kobe. Who can?
Who in the East has the playoff experience? You know, that's what I don't understand.
I'm Daddy Dork.
The Hawks.
Daddy Dork.
My kids think I'm Daddy Dork.
You know, all these like the media keeps saying like whose team is it? Like it doesn't matter whose team it is. Like, you know, you want players to be selfish. You want them to be unselfish.
I don't even think it's
so
a
great.
Kobe
It doesn't
Bryant,
even
but I
sound
just like
Kobe
it.
Bryant.
It sounds nothing like Kobe Bryant, but it's so awesome. I love it. Just keep doing
It's
it.
the exact
Just
words.
keep doing it.
Yo,
It's
his documentary is amazing. By the way, you need to, Kobe is an insane person.
I watched it.
He's
I
an
watched
insane person.
I love when he's not a threat. He's so my guy. He's my guy when he's not a threat.
You,
I'm mad he doesn't want to he doesn't want to do commentary, and he says he doesn't want to coach. He needs to do both of those things.
He needs an HBO show. That's what he
He
needs.
has
Yeah.
to do something.
Where he could just say whatever. He needs a podcast
I
on
feel like if
HBO.
Kobe Bryant is away from basketball for more than a year or two, he is going to die. He has to stay around.
He needs a
basketball.
Fox News show.
Okay,
That's what he
listen
needs.
to the best part about one of Kobe's interviews was when he was talking to Bill Simmons, and he was like, when I came into the NBA, I thought everyone had the same insane work ethic as I did.
I'm like, those guys are partying and stuff.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't know that. I
I
thought
studied the entire
they ate
playbook.
and slept basketball. I didn't know that.
Really? You didn't think NBA players partied? And
See, this is because he didn't go to college.
Yes.
He went-
And he was Italian kid.
he
coming
was-
to
He
America.
did say.
A skinny Italian kid.
Yeah,
you
he
know.
didn't even do American high school basketball
Yeah,
properly.
He did say that English was his second language when he went to high school.
Yeah, that's lame.
Yeah.
He's a cornball. Like he is.
Daddy dork.
My kids think I'm daddy dork. I'm like, you are a dork. So I mean,
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean-
back to the Eastern Conference and the Cavaliers and them being.
am I the only person who noticed that as soon as they got rid of Dion Waiters, they got good all of a sudden?
Another one of those moves that just was the absolute right thing to do because they could not go to war with Dion Waiters. That wasn't happening.
Hangs out with Meek Mills way too much.
I was gonna say Meek Mills isn't around with them no more.
No.
So you're saying that he was the Delonte West of that team?
I feel like he would be. I feel like he would. If there's anyone on the team who would do it, it's Dion Waiters.
Yeah.
And he like, yes. Dion Waiters totally did it. He totally did it.
Yeah, he would. No, but see, I don't know though, because he hangs out with so much rappers that I don't know if they would think that's cool.
They would.
They would.
They would just. They would. They are the exact kind of people who do things just to do it. Who'd be like, yeah, man, like
Rap
like,
about it, you know?
Yes.
Anyway, so this team's going to finals. Basically.
Yeah, they're going to the finals.
Yeah.
Sorry, Drake.
Sorry.
Damn it.
You know,
we
isn't
wasted
going.
all that time. We know.
We
Sorry,
know
yeah.
they're going to the finals.
Six squad. You know, who isn't going to finals? Derrick Rose.
Amazing.
I don't even know if he's gonna be
Tage, that was
playing
great.
in this
Tage is
season.
making everything back up right now.
Is he done? Is this guy done? Are we done with this guy?
He's Penny Hardaway. There's no way he can come back from
Man.
this and be just as explosive as he was.
I just don't think he has.
You have to be insane like Russell Westbrook to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, Russell Westbrook. I don't think it occurred to Russell Westbrook that he's not supposed to be doing these things. But I think Derrick Rose is very conscious of these things.
It's because his brothers have been telling him to like rest and do
Yeah,
all this other
so-
stuff and
Yeah,
be
I
careful
mean-
with his body. No one is telling Russell Westbrook that.
It's
And
like-
Russell Westbrook is not doing
Yeah,
that.
Russell Westbrook is like, okay, I'm back on the court. I'm about to kill and murder. And Derrick Rose is worried about
I had
Murder, death,
surgery
kill.
yesterday. I'm gonna go to practice now.
yeah. And Derrick Rose is worried about business meetings
Derrick
that
Rose
he'll
like,
somehow
I
attend.
have to think about
a
my
business
future.
meeting. Like you don't even do your own schoolwork. What business meetings are you going
Yeah,
to?
I bet he really regrets not studying
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff
like-
right now.
yeah.
Man,
I think he's
that
paid
has
enough.
to suck. Oh yeah,
Yeah, I think he's good.
Yeah, he does.
But I mean, pretty much, let's be honest. Derrick Rose's time in Chicago is basically done.
You know why?
Like
yeah,
he
the
Adidas.
retirement clock has started.
Adidas. There we go.
oh
Adidas.
Why did we get Tage started? On
no,
this?
Derrick Rose is probably going to be a New York Knick. Let's be honest.
That would be a next thing to do.
Yeah.
Or Heat.
So Knicks.
I feel like the Heat would pick him up.
No,
they
we
already
got
Dwayne
Gordon.
Wade.
We got Gordon.
As long as they got the dragon, they don't need him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got the double dragon, even though they
They sent him to
reassigned-
Iowa.
Yeah, the Skyforce or whatever. But we still got the double dragon.
Still got double dragon. That's pretty awesome.
How you?
I
think-
would like to think Nal would get me an NBA contract if he got traded to the
Yeah,
Heat, and
most
I
def.
would come to the
Yeah.
That's the brotherly thing to do.
I think.
Even if you get demoted to the D-League, who cares?
yeah.
I mean, Tyler Johnson went to the D League and got buckets. They probably like we're gonna Tyler Johnson you. Just
Were they unlimited?
unlimited buckets.
Okay. Good.
So anyway, Derrick Rose done.
And the Bulls are
done.
basically done.
I think,
Jimmy
I
I
Butler
mean,
is hurt.
aren't we used to the Bulls seem like the Bills or any? What's another example of? Or
Eagles.
it doesn't even have to be sports, but an example of somebody that's always coming
Mitt
close. but
Romney.
they're always
Chris
gonna come up
Chris
short.
Brown.
No.
Okay, Mitt Romney is way better. What? Chris Brown? Everyone just looked
Newt
at him like,
Gingrich?
what in the fuck are you
He
talking
can.
about?
He always came fourth.
He said it with such conviction, though. Like if you looked at John's face, he was so.
I wish
certain
we had a
that he
camera
had-
for this podcast.
Oh, man.
We need
John
to film
was-
these things. We need
John was like, "I am on top of this shit." Chris Brown.
nailed it.
And Nal said not sports. And when you said Chris Brown, right, I immediately thought of like that dancing ass light skinned gangster Chris Brown. I was like, why? Why? He's the Chris Brown who's been
Oh,
in
you meant the
news.
track athlete.
Yes.
4 minutes into the laughter, people were still confused.
Yes. Okay.
that's how
First
much-
of all, a few things. Chris Brown has medals. The track
He
athlete.
has a gold medal.
He has medals. He has it in. He has
But he
like a
didn't-
meet that he canceled 2 years in a row. But he has a meet. Like I don't think Chris Brown is that Chris Brown.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted somebody that always was around, always
Mitt
was
Romney.
a contender.
Mitt
Yeah,
Romney.
Mitt Romney's good, but see, he only ran once though.
He ran for president twice.
He
And
did?
he was gonna.
He was nominated. He didn't get.
He didn't get the nomination.
Yeah,
And he was trying to run again this time, but then all the donors told him, "Nah, son,
They want Jeb.
they want Jeb Bush." So
Well,
he
there
tried
you
to go
go.
3 times.
Well, that's what the Bulls are like. They're always going to be around. They're always going to be there. They're always going to be in the conversation, but they're never going to be that guy.
I think Thibodeau gets fired. Like if they don't. Go
Yeah,
to
He
the
should be
finals,
fired. I
He
think.
should. He's run these guys into the ground.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
always Miami.
Nah.
no,
For Thibodeau.
no.
Nah.
Yes.
Like Dwayne Wade is already broken. Like who's gonna break next? It's not Whiteside.
He
Everybody,
would. He would. Don't challenge Tibbs. He breaks everybody.
everybody who played major minutes for him is broken. He broke.
I think he
Lowell
practiced. They have to practice too hard. or
No,
something.
I have to ask you something. Don't you think that Tibbs would go through this and take this as a life lesson? Like maybe I'm going too hard on my
he's a
players in the
stubborn-
regular season.
He's a really stubborn guy. I think they practice. Like NBA teams generally don't practice in the season. They'll shoot. They'll walk through. Because they play 82 games, but they try to get off their feet and they don't really practice. But I think he runs practices, like, dude, it's like 4-hour practices.
Basketball purist standpoint.
That's nice.
So,
That's nice.
so I mean, and that's taxing when you got 82 games. You know what I mean? To practice every day to go do the whole thing. And I don't know. I think management was trying to tell him to ease up, but I don't think he really listened.
Tibbs doesn't ease up.
Because he's not easing. He didn't ease up with Jimmy Butler. I mean, although Jimmy kind of got hurt on something, it's kind of like a freak accident, but it's just another one to add to the resume.
Hey, I
you
mean,
know?
for Jimmy Butler, he's played well enough. He made the All-Star team. He's going to get paid regardless of this injury now.
Yeah, Joakim Noah. I mean, Joakim Noah is done. Like he is.
Listen, Joakim Noah looks like the kind of guy who should be playing for the Heat.
Or the
like-
Spurs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really looks like
Probably
a good
going to go to
Spurs
Spurs.
guy.
But
He
yeah,
is a really good Spurs guy.
but I mean, these guys are tough though. I think they make the Eastern Conference Final. They get knocked out. Thibodeau gets fired, and they hire Mike Miller.
Yeah, that's usual. Everything you described was usual
Yeah,
Bulls tactics.
That's what I think is going to happen to
all
the Bulls.
the time.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I know. It's just another year as a Bulls fan.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna talk about the Heat.
15 minutes of heat. John,
15
go.
minutes of heat.
Whiteside.
Go.
John, go. Everyone
Big
move away
ass.
from the mic.
Big ass.
Let me mute everybody right here.
You really don't have to do
We're
that.
not going to say anything. You don't have to mute us.
Just go.
Look.
Just go.
His 2K rating should be higher.
Hot sports takes.
they only have him at 64 on rebounds.
Thank you, John, and that's it for this heat moment. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
He's a beast. He's an animal. We should have had him at the beginning of the year with LeBron and been like, yo, LeBron, stay in Miami.
Mike-
Yeah, I think even the most staunch Hassan Whiteside detractors right now, I mean, it's pretty clear that this guy's legit, right? I mean,
Where did this come from?
I mean,
where
I
did this
remember
come from?
back in the day when he played at Marshall, he demolished
Yeah, people-
UCF every single time.
People were saying that he's gonna be a nice shot blocker, but nobody saw.
They were saying he was gonna be DeAndre Jordan. He's 6. You know what I mean? But
The thing is, he was just too skinny.
And now he's the better version of what DeAndre Jordan was.
He
Then.
can shoot free throws.
They were saying he was gonna be that DeAndre Jordan, but now he's this DeAndre Jordan.
no.
Which is better.
DeAndre Jordan wants to be him.
yeah,
DeAndre Jordan's better than Hassan Whiteside.
they said that.
I don't know.
No.
I
Not
think
today.
I think
No.
he is.
Nah.
Yes, today I think DeAndre Jordan's better.
No,
than
I
No.
think
Hassan
DeAndre
No.
Jordan has had like
He
the
has Chris
season he's
Paul.
had because Blake Griffin has been so hurt. I mean, I guess you could have the same argument with Whiteside because Bosch has been hurt, Wade has been hurt. So
I think-
I see what you're saying, but I think Whiteside.
Yeah,
he
but
isn't
rebounds
that
are
much younger
effort.
than DeAndre Jordan, but I think
How many-
Whiteside is more aggressive.
How
He
many
looks-
triple doubles does DeAndre Jordan have?
I need to see.
Whiteside has post moves.
I need to see a greater body of work.
Whiteside
from him
could
before
shoot
I'm gonna
free
say-
throws.
Before I'm gonna say he's better than DeAndre.
I will
Jordan.
say the Charles Barkley line that I know you're all waiting to say. Charles Barkley said, if you put DeAndre Jordan in the gym for an entire night
And he
with
can
no defense, he will score 8 points. That is DeAndre Jordan.
If he couldn't dunk, he said if he couldn't
Yeah,
dunk.
he couldn't dunk, and he just had to take shots. 8 points the entire night. Bye, John.
Why would you? Man, Whiteside has post moves. Like he has like post. I don't know if he'll ever be like a post guy. I think with DeAndre, it's the Chris Paul effect. You know, how Chris Paul created Tyson Chandler in
Yeah.
New Orleans. Like it's the same thing going on with DeAndre.
And
Chris
no one
Paul's
is
not-
creating Whiteside. I can say that. They
That
just
guy-
don't have anyone good enough.
NBA
to-
2K created him because that guy is ridiculous.
Chris Paul's not helping DeAndre Jordan lead the league in rebounds. He's not helping him be a good shot.
Blake
blocker.
Griffin is by not being there.
No, he's not.
Yeah, I mean.
Anyways,
no, wait.
one-on-one,
No,
who
he
do you
kinda
think
is,
wins
though, by
one-on-one?
Blake Griffin not being there.
He led the league in rebounds last year. Blake Griffin was there.
But he has more rebounds this year.
But I'm saying he was still the best in the league with Blake Griffin there.
I
Hey,
think
hold
Whiteside is
on.
better.
I need some basketball purist
Now, just beat me
standpoint
on
here.
that point.
Let's go.
What?
With Assad stats. Come on, stat boy.
Why I gotta be stat boy? Okay, I know. I think this month he's averaging 15 and 15. I don't know what DeAndre's averaging.
He should have been an all-star.
He should have been an all-star.
The coaches hate him.
They do because he's dunking on Alex Len too much. I'm gonna pull up DeAndre Jordan's stats. Right now.
This is an interesting podcast. Everyone on their phone is trying to look up the stats.
No type stats.
No
Yeah,
type.
I wasn't looking at
Mal was on
stats at all.
WhatsApp. John was on Tinder. Tage, my phone is dead. Otherwise, I would be doing something else. We don't care about Whiteside stats. Let's go, Tage.
And they got Dragic too. They got him a year too late. They could
Pat
have
Riley
used
is
him.
cheating.
How did he? They gave up nothing to get him. Oh, he's
Pat
Listen,
Riley does not believe in the
If
draft.
Bosch was healthy, I would pray for a 2-7 matchup with the Heat and the Cavs.
Yeah, I think with
I wanted that so bad,
They
just
were
so I
close
could.
to it.
I just wanted to troll people before the first game.
that Heat team with Bosch, they would have been able to beat the Cavs.
We was so
I could
close.
see that happening.
We was so close. How in the world did the Heat get Dragic? How?
Undone by blood
Illuminati.
clots.
Blood clot. Okay, I can't do a Jamaican.
No, just do
Does
Kobe.
that-
Do it
you
in
do a
Kobe.
Jamaican one. You're
If-
Jamaican.
How
only-
would Kobe say it?
If it was Russell Wilson, Russell Westbrook would totally come back from blood clots
He would.
Yes.
he will come back today.
And get a quadruple double.
and then get a triple double.
He would-
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, and Tyler Johnson, like they found that guy.
We're not talking about Tyler Johnson.
I want to talk about Tyler
We're not
Johnson.
talking about Tyler Johnson.
No Tyler Johnson.
No.
Walker. I
Billy
don't know what his
Walker.
first name. All right, and that's it for 15 minutes of Heat.
We pretty much had
The
15
Heat
minutes
for the
in.
end. That was it.
The Heat, yeah, we're out on the Heat. Anyway, we are 10th year seniors. This is our NBA podcast.
PointCast.
PointCast. Thank you for listening.
From a basketball pure standpoint,
From a basketball pure standpoint, we are out of here.
Warriors in 4.
Years.